Welcome back, guys, to another episode here. Unfortunately, I'm not on site because this is my off weekend for camping, but I'm going to do something camping related. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and fit all of my gear that's in this plastic tote and put it in this big Ryobi tool bag that I discovered in the back of a closet that I bought several years ago. Never knew what type of use I'd have for it, but I found it at a thrift store, $5. And figured it was too good of a deal to pass up. I'll find something, and hopefully I did. I'm hoping everything that fits in here will also fit in here. I know it's shorter, but it's also taller and will flex a little bit, and it's got 4 giant outside pockets. So we'll see how it goes. We'll go ahead and move this out of the way for right now. Now, the reason I want to change up bags for my gear is this plastic trunk has been great. It's been completely waterproof. There are holes for ventilation down by the wheels here, but if you don't set it down in a puddle, it's sat in the rain, and this top has kept the water out. Another big plus of this is it fits perfectly in my trailer. It's the exact perfect width, the exact perfect height. So it's been really great for that. Another thing it's been great for is this lid folds into a giant fan when I need to get my fire going. But that's something I can easily substitute something else, like a piece of cardboard or one of my sleeping mats or something, just to get a breeze into the fire. The reason I want to change it is because this thing is just cumbersome to carry. I don't have a garage where I live, so after every trip, everything goes down into the basement. Before every trip, everything comes up out of the basement. Carrying the trailer in and out of the basement is already a hassle. This thing really isn't meant to be carried. It's meant to be rolled in and out from underneath a bed or underneath a shelf in a closet. It's not really meant to be picked up and carried. Where that has 2 wheels on it, a bunch of handles, it's not as big and awkward. So that'll be easier for me to carry at the site if I need to carry it any sort of distance. And of course, in and out of the basement every trip. That'll be a lot easier to carry out of the basement. Another reason is tying all of this down. Since this is the perfect width to fit in my trailer, it's really hard to get my hands in between this and the trailer itself to get a bungee cord around. One side you can hook before putting it in, but you still got to get your hands down on the other side with this in there to bungee it down. I think that one will be easier to bungee down because of the nature. It'll flex and twist and move, where this is a solid piece. So let's go ahead and see if this can all fit in here. I've not tried anything yet, so we're in this together. Let's go ahead and take this lid off. Now, I got another small table here that I'm going to pick up and set this here, but don't worry, I'll bring it back at the end and show you that it's empty, or not empty and everything's going back in here because it just doesn't fit in that bag. We'll find out. So, all right. Another added benefit to this bag is it came with a smaller zipper bag. So, also this weekend, I will be going through my electronics bag and seeing if I can narrow it down to something that would fit in a bag this small. Because then hopefully I can just put my electronics in here and find a spot in here if there's enough room left over, or it's lighter and less cumbersome than the electronics bag I'm currently using. But that'll be found out in the future. So, first things first, the longest item I have is my tent, which I still miraculously get back in the bag after every trip. That's like 6 for 6 or 8 for 8 or something. Like, it's not supposed to happen in the camping world. And it looks as though the bag and this are the exact same length. So everything will be short enough to fit in here. Now, The only two items I'm not worried about getting in here are my two sleeping mats. Both of them are virtually waterproof, lightweight, and they both have these strings on them, so I can easily carry these or tie them on to this while I'm carrying it or wheeling it. So I'm not too concerned about getting these two items in there. So this one was kept in the plastic tote, so that's going to give me that much more room in there. We don't need to worry about that. I'm hoping in exchange for that I can get my sleeping bag and my collapsible toilet in this bag as well. These were two items that did not go in that plastic tote either. I'm hoping in the end I can get this in there. Sleeping bag may have to come out of its bag and just kind of work like packing around everything else, but I think we got a good shot at getting it in there. So the next two items I'm going to try and squeeze in here are going to be my camping chair, which I do need a new one. I just remembered I did bend a leg on that this last trip. The ground was super soft, and I think this chair is only rated to like 240 or 250, and I'm 230, so it did its job well. We'll get another one ordered there. My table. My table's been kicking it great. Got no complaints on that. That can go down here right next to the chair. So far, so good. If I was one of those fancy YouTubers, I'd have a camera up here looking down in there, but I'm not, so I don't. So I guess, see, so far so good. And that takes a big chunk out of it. So now let's start combining some stuff here. So we've got some cooking things here. Alright, so we've got my mess kit, my little stove, my big knife, and my hexamine tablets. And I see it sitting over here in the dish rack. Hold on. My tactical spork, endorsed by Rambo himself. So this is all my cooking gear here. So let's try and get all this into one of these outside pockets. Mess kit, tactical spork, collapsible hexamine stove, hexamine tablets, and my big knife. Big knife may be ixnayed from this pocket, but nope, that pocket is closed. So we have cooking pocket right here. Next pocket, let's do first aid pocket. First aid kit. Oh, that fits right in there. Let's see, what else can I put in with the first aid kit? How about first aid and trash bags? Always pack out your garbage. Another little thing of trash bags here. I got a 2-year supply, or way more than that. Yeah, probably 10-year supply of trash bags for the little bit of garbage that I produce while I'm out. And let's see, that one there, that looks about full, so that's first aid and trash bags. So we're good to go there. My little lantern came apart here real quick, so we're just going to get that all back together. Okay, so lantern can go, we'll put that right there for now. Baby wipes, it said always carry baby wipes. We'll give the baby wipes a pocket of their own. Now it can go with the baby wipes. Baby wipes can go with koozies. Always have koozies. Keep your beer cold, keep your fingers warm. Alright, we'll zip that up in there. And then tools. What kind of tools? So I have my shovel, have my wrench, have my channel locks, Have my wire cutters and a flathead screwdriver. Got some wire ties. A sparker, and some paracord. Let's see if we can't make this last pocket our tool pocket here. So, shovel, sparker. Let's get the actual tools in here first. These tools are basically everything I would need in layman's terms to change a flat tire on my trailer. So I don't carry a spare tire with me, but I do carry a patch kit, and eventually I will be carrying an extra inner tube. There's big plans coming up. Ouch, just stepped on my toilet. There's big plans coming up for the trailer, but that's going to be a wintertime project. This year, as some of you have known, I did have troubles on my first trip. Had to come to the realization that my trailer is not built for what I am using it for without having some type of suspension on it. So heads up for the summertime, or for the wintertime, excuse me. I'll be, redoing the trailer and adding some sort of suspension to it. Until now, I know it lasts a season. I beat it up last year, went to Russell, Illinois, once with it. Went to New Berlin a bunch of times with it. Went up to Northwest Milwaukee with it. Went out to my nephew's a couple of times with it. So I got a good amount of use out of it. I think I put about 260 miles on it last summer with no need of repair until this year. So now that it's fixed up again, I know I've got some miles before I really need to worry about it. So back to the subject at hand. We do not have much left in here at all. Some of this stuff actually goes into my electronics box. I just ended up tossing it in here because of the rain. These are my two power bank cases. So what is left? We have pouchable pants. These are just rain pants. We'll go ahead and use those as some type of padding to protect the lantern. We have my Thermacell, which goes in the electronics bag again. I don't know. It was a bad weekend. The wife had to come pick up my trailer, and so I just kind of tossed everything together in anticipation for her to show up. So let's see. We do have a few spare nuts and bolts throughout here. We'll go ahead and drop those into the tool pocket. As if I end up looking for those, that's where I'm going to look for those. An extra lighter can go into the tool pocket. I always bring 2 lighters with me every camping trip, so that one will just constantly get filled with lighters, and by the end of the season I should have about 12 lighters into that pocket there. Oh, this is just the useless rain fly of my tent. I don't shove that back in the bag just because I rarely use it, because it doesn't do anything. Here is a biscuits and gravy adventure meals that I did not get a chance to eat due to my wife having to come pick up my trailer and me having to leave a little earlier on Sunday than I wanted to. But so this will be for the next trip. Can't wait. This is one I did have last year and I really enjoyed it. So simple but perfect. Duct tape. Duct tape here can go in here. Plenty of room. Plenty of room. An elastic band of some sort. I think this came with my foam sleeping mat, but it has its own bag. But you never know when you're going to need to elastic band something, so that'll be nice to hold on to. Didn't get the paracord or cable ties into the tool pocket, so we'll just throw those in here. And let's see here. Tent stakes that I've never used. Let's go ahead and drop those in with the tools. I did almost use these last trip because of the wind, but I had enough weight in my tent that The wind only slightly picked it up. It didn't carry it away. Besides the fact that any camper knows the tent spikes that come with the tent are pure garbage, and you should probably just pick up 6 different tent stakes while you're at the store buying your tent. So, this is empty. The feet to my chair, I only have 3 of them, lost one. I'll drop that in there. And then the only thing left is this broken spigot that I was going to hang on to for some reason in case I ever got a different water jug, but I'm just going to toss this, and you can see that's empty. So with that being empty and this being trash, let's go ahead and sleeping bag. Sleeping bag squeezes in there sideways nicely. You know. Alright, camping toilet is in. Put that down so you can actually see me. And there, I think, oh, the moment of truth. Here we are. Everything's in. It's tight, but this is a Ryobi tool bag. Now, Ryobi is not top of the line. Obviously, anyone that knows tools knows that, but they do make decent stuff. All of my cordless power tools are Ryobi. I've had them 10 years now. They all still work. I've had to replace the batteries a couple times, but batteries are batteries. You get over that. So, I am amazed. This fit. This is all in here. I've got designated pockets for everything. This will be way easier than trying to carry that big plastic cumbersome thing out of the basement every time, as it's got wheels, it's got a handle. Yeah, I can. And that is about it. I've got another handle on this side for if I want to carry it. And it's not that heavy. There goes my microphone. That's it. It's not that heavy. I don't have a scale here. I could take it out when I'm at work and throw it on the scale that I have there, but I'm pretty out of shape. I'll be the first one to admit that. So for me to be able to lift it like that comfortably and not breathe too hard, it can only be, 35, maybe 40 pounds at the most. Probably lighter than that because I'm probably weaker than I care to admit to. But hey, we got a trip next week to Bong Recreation Center down in Racine County, I believe. Didn't actually look at it on the map. It may be Kenosha. Can't exactly remember. But we'll see how this new bag works out for us. We'll see you next time.